if you have children, young children, you get to partake in that if your eyes are the least bit open, because one of the things that's absolutely wonderful about young children and having them around, and the way in some sense they pay you for the painstaking care that you need to exercise when you're caring for them, is that they enable you to see the world through fresh eyes and to see things in their untrammeled by cynicism glory. And it's hard to open yourself up to that, especially if you're an adult who's built layers of shells around yourself for any number of reasons. But children offer you that opportunity. And so one of the reasons that you should become as a little child is so that you can see miracles when they unfold in front of you instead of being blinded by your own defensive cynicism. One of the reasons I think that we've had somewhat of an explosion of unhappiness and mental illness, particularly among women, by the way, over the last 30 years, is because a lot of what we've done inadvertently has interfered with children's ability to play. And so, for example, it's very hard for boys to play in school because almost everything they're required to do is antithetical to the rough and tumble ethos of masculine play. That's really hard on young boys. And with young girls, I was talking, I believe it was to Jonathan Haidt recently, a famous psychologist in the United States, and he said that girls have almost stopped doing patty cake and skipping and that sort of thing. And these are deeply embodied forms of play that might be something like the female equivalent of rough and tumble play among males. And that rough and tumble play is a form of embodied dance, because if you're wrestling, and fathers really like to do this with their kids, and kids really like it, and they really need it. It teaches you the extent of your body, it teaches you how to twist your body and to push it to its limits and to expose yourself to fear. And then later, as kids develop, they start to engage in pretend play. And there's no difference between pretend play and thinking. They are the same thing, and children envision who they might be. They construct a fictional character, a father or mother playing house, let's say. That's a very common form of pretend play. And then they act it out. And in doing so, they inhabit the roles that they're going to take on as their adults. And if they don't do that, they don't know how to do it. One of the things I was worried about to some degree when my son was little, he had his older sister, about a year and a half older.